Hello, welcome to So Glorious. This is Andy.
And Mike.
And Sophia.
And your balls.
And today is another Disney video! Today we are going to do a top 10 favorite Disney movie. This was seriously hard. We did not include Pixar films because that deserves its own list. So we only did Disney movies.
10!
My number 10 is The Sword in the Stone.
Okay.
I think it was just a different tale. It wasn't a fairy tale. It was kind of more of a medieval mythology kind of tale, which was kind of interesting and cool. And I also liked Mad Madam Mim and the wizard fight. I thought that was kind of cool in the movie. I remember being a kid watching that, and that was cool.
That did not make my list.
Because it was good.
My number 10 actually kind of goes along the lines of yours because it's something different. It was Robin Hood.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch that, like that is it's just a really good movie. There's there's really cool characters. They did reuse some animation in Robin Hood, some similar animation from Snow White, the dancing scenes, but they also reused some stuff from, I think, Jungle Book as well. The same sort of animation, if you go back and look at them. Yeah, it's interesting.
9!
My number 9 is Oliver and Company.
Okay.
But because it was one of my sister's favorites too, or is one of my sisters. I don't know if it's still. Melissa, if you're watching this, tell me if this is if that was one of your favorites. But I remember we watched it in the cinema. We were kids, and
It was a little before my time.
Yeah, shut your mouth.
Shame!
And it was Billy Joel did the music, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, and the music was all really, really good.
He also voiced
the character of
the Dodger.
the Dodger character. Really good movie, and I think it's a little bit underrated. It's something that is a lot of you can find it for the longest time on DVD.
Yeah, it's definitely. I had it on VHS. It's definitely one that I've seen it. I've seen it and I've enjoyed. But it did not make my list.
Of course not.
Although I do love the little song that the little girl sings to Oliver on the piano. I think is a really cute song, but it did not make my list. My number 9 was Peter Pan.
Okay.
I recently rewatched a bunch of these old Disney movies, and Peter Pan it's just it's a good classic Disney. It's just good, and there's Smee and Captain Hook and I love Tinkerbell. And actually, there's a lot of people that make fun of the Tinkerbell movies, but I love the Tinkerbell movies. I think they're great. They're entertaining. All right, enough, Sophia.
Sophia!
8!
Okay, number 8 for me is Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
I've never seen it.
Of course you have it. Angela Lansbury. 1.
Lay down.
Okay, this is pre-Murder, She Wrote.
Lay down.
Okay, and I think it was also pre Sweeney Todd on Broadway. But it's a really good movie. It's something that I haven't seen in a while, but I remember really, really enjoying it as a kid, and I thought it was very entertaining.
All of the movies on my list are the animated movies. I just like them better.
I hate real people.
Number 8 for me was Cinderella.
Cinderella? Okay.
Cinderella, to me, when I think of Walt Disney, especially Walt Disney World, you picture the castle, and Cinderella is just, and also Cinderella, they had Snow White before, but Cinderella really sort of made the princess franchise. I think, started it, really. Okay. Snow White was the first one, but Cinderella was the second one.
But Cinderella's not really she's a princess via marriage.
Well, yeah, but a lot of them are. Belle, Mulan.
No, she's not even a princess. Mulan would be.
But she's in the franchise.
Whatever.
But it's just great. There's some really funny moments. Who doesn't love Gus, Gus, and Jock? You have the stepsisters that are funny. It's a really cute movie.
7!
My number 7 is Sleeping Beauty.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is one of those movies that I like it for everyone but the main cast.
I agree with that.
The prince, yeah, I don't even know what
Actually,
the prince's name is. What's the
it's
prince's
Philip.
name? Philip. Okay, but it's like it was the three fairies are outstanding. Maleficent is amazing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of makes the movie.
And Aurora is the Disney character that has the least amount of lines.
Yes, Disney princess lead.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
I think Ariel is slightly below her, and that's because she lost her voice for half the movie.
duh.
My number 7 is Mulan.
Oh, I do like that one.
I like Mulan.
Mulan did not make a list, but it's like I do enjoy that.
I love the song Reflection.
Yes.
I love Christina Aguilera's version of it.
Of course you would.
But Lea Salonga's was amazing too. But I just...
Young gay Andy, when will my reflection show? You crying in the corner.
and just like a heads up, like Mulan needs to frickin' market the kimono sleeves as a makeup remover because that's the most powerful makeup remover I've ever seen.
They just need to bring back the Szechuan
just
sauce
does this.
from McDonald's when they had.
I don't remember that. Mulan's great. I mean, you've got really great songs. You've got
Let's get down to business. The only thing that's bad about Mulan is that Donny Osmond voices the voice of
the singing voice.
the singing. Well,
The
he's
singing.
not the speaking voice
No.
too. Well, whatever.
6,
My number 6 is Hercules.
My number 6 is also Hercules.
Many a reason why this is number 6 for me.
I
think the music is great. I think it's something that
I think the music is probably the best music,
yeah.
arguably the best music in any Disney movie.
Yeah, just
Hercules.
even like Meg's song is amazing.
The only
I like
reason,
her
well,
song a lot.
all the muses.
The muses were great.
The only reason that Hercules didn't place higher on my list is just like my list is practically all nostalgia, and it did come out later on in my childhood, and so it didn't have as much nostalgia factor as some of the ones that are higher up. And it's underrated, I feel, and it feels very underrated. It needs to become a Broadway musical.
It does, and it would be amazing.
5,
My number 5 is Little Mermaid.
My 5 is not also Little Mermaid.
It was going to rank a little higher for me, but there's other ones that I like a little bit better, and it was almost tied with my number 4, and it's kind of like number 4 and 5 are kind of interchangeable for me. But it's Ursula, hands down, best Disney villain
Yes.
of all time, and it has the best Disney villain song.
Yes.
I don't care what anyone says, Brimstone, all that. I can give two about that song or the other, or be prepared. Really, you better be prepared to be wrong, because the right answer is Poor Unfortunate Souls.
And she's modeled after a drag queen, Divine.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
come on.
I'm sorry, ladies, but the musical version of that show needs to be, the character
screwed up Ursula in that
needs to be
show.
played by a man.
Yeah.
Just
But anyway, for me,
I'm
Little
talking to you,
Mermaid.
Scott McDonald.
Okay. Little Mermaid. I just love Ursula. Ursula's just great.
I like the story too. There's
I like
a lot
the story.
of Sebastian's a really memorable character in that, and it's just that. It's
And
just
again,
good.
it also jump-started. It was the first film in the Disney Renaissance era, which is where like Disney became like really popular again. Like it sort of dipped after Walt died. After Walt passed away, like the Disney movies didn't do as well until Little Mermaid came along and became this big ultra hit. And then
We don't need to put in the video at this point is the more you know.
I'm just a wealth of Disney knowledge.
4,
My number 4 again. My number 4 and number 5 could have been interchangeable, but number 4 is Frozen.
That's a good one.
And I think it's because I know everyone's like, oh, the hype is so. It's like, but
No, it's a really good movie.
And it's sort of like Mulan in the fact that the women didn't really need the guys
Yeah.
to get ahead. There wasn't really a romantic attachment. I mean, a little
No.
bit with Anna and what's his nuts, but it's like,
Kristoff.
well, Kristoff and the other guy.
Kristoff.
You want left alone? Do you want me to leave the room?
Kristoff's probably my number one love interest, Disney princess love interest. I'm just saying. No, Frozen did not make my list only because, again, my list is like pure nostalgia. So I don't have as much of an attachment to Frozen, but Frozen is a really, really, really good movie. I'm sorry. My number 4 is, and I actually thought that it was going to rank, I thought it was going to be like my number 2, but it actually ranked number 4 for me, is Sleeping Beauty.
Okay.
Sleeping Beauty has always been one of my favorite Disney movies. And again, it's not because of Aurora and Philip, it's because Maleficent is probably my second favorite Disney villain. And I love the Three Fairies. They are so hilarious. I remember going around the house, and again, my little gay self, but going around the house, I used to take 2 of those plastic straws, and I would attach them together to have like this really long straw, and then like that would be like my wand, and I would go around.
This is why your parents had a talk, right? Be like, yeah, he's a homosexual.
3,
My number 3 is Tangled.
Again, Tangled is like Frozen to me. It almost made my list. It's a good movie.
So many great characters.
It is.
And Finn Rider is my version of Kristoff.
He's a good one.
He's a good looking.
He's a good one.
Character.
He's probably my number 2.
Oh my god! But anyway,
We could do a whole video on that.
Pascal is
He's
awesome.
cute.
So's what is it? Maximus, the horse, is great.
Yeah.
The songs are good.
Songs are really good. I love the duet that they sing with the lanterns. That whole scene is great.
That's great.
My number 3 is The Lion King.
Didn't even make my list.
What? That is such a good movie.
No, and here's why it didn't make my list. I'll let you explain why it made yours, but let me explain why it didn't make mine. Because like everyone talks about Frozen with the hype, it's like Lion King was a good movie. I enjoyed it. However, it's like I was not like as obsessed with it as everyone else was when it came out. I really wasn't, and I still am not.
You need to watch it again.
It's not gonna change my mind.
It is so good.
Whatever.
The animation is really good, especially for that time. The animation is amazing. The story is really great. I mean, when Mufasa dies and you got little Simba and he's like so, oh my god, I cry every single time.
The story is really great. Yeah, Shakespeare did it.
Shame.
Well, yeah, which is a good story. You've got Nathan Lane as Timon, like Timon and Pumbaa are amazing. You've got Whoopi Goldberg and the rest of the hyenas. They're awesome. I mean, it's just that's my number 3. I mean,
Meh.
you got Elton John does all the songs. The songs are awesome.
Meh.
Whatever.
2,
My number 2 is Enchanted.
Okay.
Yes. Probably
good
didn't even make Annie's list.
It did not.
Because Annie hates good things.
No, I love Enchanted. But I mean, to me, Disney, I always just love the animated movies more. What I do love about Enchanted, I think Enchanted is more suited towards actually the grown-ups because there are so many Easter eggs in that movie. Like every single scene is an homage to the Disney animated movies.
Yes.
Yeah. My number 2 is Aladdin.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Could you tell that my childhood was in the 90s? You've got Robin Williams. Mm-hmm. You've got Steve from Full House. Again, you've got Lea Salonga providing the singing voice of Jasmine.
That's Steve from Full House. You know, everyone knows Steve from Full House, remember?
Yeah, you know Steve from Full House. It's got great songs. Robin Williams, I mean, come on. Robin Williams. Aladdin would be number 1 if I didn't have such an attachment to my number 1.
I bet I can predict what your number 1 is.
Yeah, Aladdin is such a good movie.
1.
My number 1 is Mary Poppins.
Okay.
It's just a really great
It's a good movie.
overall movie, and I think what made Mary Poppins because that wouldn't have been my number 1 had I not seen also Saving Mr. Banks. Saving Mr. Banks or Finding Mr. Banks? Saving Mr. Banks. It's Finding Neverland. Too many movies about dead writers. But
There's a new one for Winnie the Pooh coming out.
there is a new one for me. That one looks good too. That movie about Mary Poppins, that kind of cemented in my mind about all the stuff that kind of went through with the making of Mary Poppins, and then I became obsessed with Mary Poppins. But I think that kind of, and I want to read the books, and I want to kind
me
of,
too.
I want to see the Broadway musical because it follows the books a little bit closer than the movie does.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of one of those things that it just is a good. It's a good movie all around. I mean, look at the cast too.
Oh yeah, Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke.
And even the guy who plays Mr. Banks in that is in Ben House and Broomsticks too.
Mm-hmm.
Totally different character. It's just a really good movie.
Yep.
Okay, your number one is Beauty and the Beast.
Yes, it is. Yeah, my number one is Beauty and the Beast.
That made my honorable mention.
It's such a good movie, and again, Disney classic. I mean, you think like the song Beauty and the Beast. Again, Angela Lansbury as Mrs. Potts. It's just so good.
It is good, but
so
it made
good.
my honorable mention just because.
And Belle is my favorite Disney princess. I think because she's independent. She values intelligence and kindness over looks and over wealth and popularity. Like she's just she's an outsider in her little town, and she doesn't care. She marches to the beat of her own drummer, and that's a good role model for young women.
Just like you.
Yes.
That's a good movie, but it made my honorable mention to really make my list.
Okay.
Just for I mean, I did enjoy the movie, and I remember seeing it in the movie theater, and some of the stuff did with it animation-wise was really great.
Yep.
And I do agree with that. But I just like these other movies a little bit better.
Okay. Well, speaking of your honorable mentions, did you have any other honorable mention besides Beauty and the Beast?
No.
Because I had two.
I know you did.
It's so hard to pick just 10.
I think another honorable mention for me is because it was very different, also, and it's not a Pixar movie. Would be Brave.
It is a Pixar movie.
Is it?
Brave is a Pixar movie. And Merida is the only Pixar Disney princess.
Because that's why then I guess I only have one honorable mention.
Honorable mentions.
One of my honorable mentions is Pocahontas. The animation is beautiful, and the songs. I mean, Hercules I think has probably the best Disney songs in a Disney movie. But Pocahontas, I'm always singing Just Around the River Bend and Colors of the Wind. Like, they've got some great songs. The only reason that it made it an honorable mention for me is, again, it was a little bit later in the 90s, and also it's historically horribly inaccurate.
And Mel Gibson's voice.
And Mel Gibson, yeah. My other honorable mention is Aristocats.
Oh, yeah.
I love Aristocats.
I have not seen that all the way through.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so cute. You got Zsa Zsa Gabor that did the voice of the mama cat. And you've got the three little cats. They've got some great stuff.
Marie.
Yep. It's just a good movie. Thomas O'Malley, who also was the voice of Baloo and Little John. So, another Disney classic, and actually the last Disney animated movie that Walt Disney approved the work on before he passed away. So that's it. That's our top 10 favorite Disney movies. And if I were to have a live action honorable mention, it would be Hocus Pocus, because that's such a good movie.
Damn it. That's an honorable mention for me then, too. It should have made my list, actually.
Yeah. I mean, I love the animated movies better. But if I had to do a live action, it would be Hocus Pocus. It's such a good movie. All right. That's it for this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Give us a little comments. Maybe, let us know what other Disney stuff you want us to do. Disney videos. Because we love Disney and can't get enough of it. And we are at 45 days till Disney.
Disney shenanigans.
45 days. So again, thumbs up if you liked it, comments, share it, subscribe to see all of our other Disney videos. I think that's it. Have a glorious day.